We are going to find out today. Now, we have joining us on the program today, live here in the studio, a former local government chairman of Oyigbo, former vice chairman, rather, of Oyigbo. He's also a candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, for River State House of Assembly, representing Oyigbo at the just concluded governorship and State House of Assembly elections. And that is none other than Honorable Innocent Ejaelu. Welcome to the program. Good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so let's talk about this understanding in Oyigbo local government. But talk to us about the three clans in Oyigbo local government.
Okay, thank you for having me. First, I want to say that what I've come to say here today is an obvious fact that everybody in my local government, Oyigbo, knows very well.
Okay.
I have just come to re-emphasize it for equity and justice. We have three clans in Oyigbo local government, namely Asa, Umuokobo, and Umuiheze one. And since the creation, in fact, this understanding predates the creation of Oyigbo local government. If time allows me, I will say when what we have as Oyigbo local government was under Gokana, Tai, and Eleme local government, we have what we call just two wards that make up what you have today as Oyigbo local government. That is Ward 11 and Ward 12 in those days. These two wards produces councillors, and it was still the same gentleman agreement that they say there are some people who produce one councillor, then the case will produce one. So this zoning gentleman arrangement predates the creation of Oyigbo local government. So today we have three clans, Asa, Umuokobo, and Umuiheze one. And since the creation of Oyigbo local government, the two major elective political positions has been rotating among these three clans and for peace and equity. And in fact, it has been something even every other person in Oyigbo local government knows. This thing I'm telling you has even gone down to the wards, the 10 wards of Oyigbo local government. There are some wards that have 3 villages. Like my ward, Ward 2, we have Obabo, Umoshi, and Mboji. And in this Ward 2, the Obabo, we have over 11 polling units, voting units, while the Mboji have 2, Mboji have 3, Umoshi have 4. But because of this equity and this gentleman arrangement, when the time comes for councillorship, no matter the units they produce, it is being zoned to where it's supposed to be.
And there is that understanding.
And that understanding is there. Like in Ward 3, this Ward 3, it has Eberu, Afamuku, and Afamunta. Afamunta is the smallest. And if you go by the numerical strength of Eberu, that has over 10 polling units, there's no way the man from Afamunta
will stand a chance
to produce a councillor. But as I speak today, the serving councillor is from Afamunta. It's because of this zoning perfect arrangement. So it's something that has been there. In fact, Oyigbo local government happens to be one of the local governments that is attached to Tai and Eleme, and we have one federal constituency. If it is by strength, the Tai and Eleme local government could say will predominantly produce the House of Rep position in this federal constituency. But because of this gentleman agreement too,
it continues to rotate.
It continues to rotate. When the Eleme man went after 12 years, the Tai man went after 8 years. Today, the Oyigbo person is completing the 8 years of Oyigbo term. So this thing rotates around. And I want to say something today on this program. As a candidate of SDP in Oyigbo local government in the last concluded election,
yes,
one of the major campaign against me was that it is not the turn of Umuiheze one, my own clan, to produce a House of Assembly candidate.
And was that true though?
Well, it was. everybody knows what happened, how SDP came aboard, but that's a topic for another day.
Right.
But what I'm saying that the chairman of PDP in the state, who happens to be from my local government, Ambassador Desmond Akawo, in my own word, used it as a very strong campaign against me. In fact, sent a message that my senior brother should be told I should withdraw. I should not truncate the existing peace in the local government. So that campaign was very serious against me.
Okay. All right. So let's look at what is happening now in Oyigbo. What does seem to be the problem?
No, there's no problem. What like I said, I have come to emphasize what people know already. Because in the next few months from now, the tenure of the current serving chairman of the council will come to an end. And there's going to be an election. And by his grace, the current chairman of the local government is from Umuokobo. Do you understand?
Right.
So it is I'm just calling the attention of
to remember
and to remind them that it is the turn of Umuiheze one now, because the Asaman finished his 3 years tenure and it was zoned back to just a gentleman agreement back to Okobo. And the Okobo man is doing his 2.5 years. Now, I know the next few months that there will be election into local government. It's natural, because this is what we have been enjoying, that the Asa and the Okobo clan should please
respect
this gentleman agreement and support the Umuokobo.
So let me ask a question. When this, in the light of this gentleman's agreement that you have, when election comes and candidates rise up to indicate interest and start to run for offices, is it that people from other clans do not contest because it's not their turn? Even if they do, let me tell you, we are politicians who never want to because the reason I'm asking this question is you also tried, even though you knew it was not.
It was because politicians.
Because if you had won, would we be having this conversation now? If you had won, to represent Oyigbo at the State House of Assembly, would it have been necessary for us to have this conversation? Because you realized that there was a campaign saying you were not supposed to run because it is not the turn of your clan, but you did anyways. So assuming you were successful, that the SDP in Rivers State gained ground and was successful to produce governor and House of Assembly member, would this conversation be necessary?
Thank you. Thank God. Thank you. You said if I had won.
Right.
You don't know the forces and the things that worked against me. Would you know the forces? Because I'm coming. I'm coming. Go to Oyigbo local government. It is not easy to win me. But do you know the forces that worked against me? The answer is no. So many persons have tried.
So it was possible that you maybe even won. Maybe you even won your seat. It's possible that you could have won.
I could have won, but like I said, I don't know the forces that came.
Was it then just that it was obvious that you were going against the plan and the rotational policy?
Like I said, I'm a politician.
Right.
I'm in Oyigbo local government. And if you know the circumstances that brought in SDP, is a topic for another day.
Right.
Do you understand? So by what we have in Oyigbo today, that was the highest campaign against SDP as a candidate. That's me in that place. And so you wouldn't know the forces or what were behind what happened to me. So like I am saying that as this one is coming now, maybe somebody shouldn't make the mistake I have made.
Right.
Let us allow the thing the way it is so that there will be peace in the local government.
Interesting. All right. So I'm hoping, and of course, I trust that our listeners from Oyigbo are, glued to their listening devices, and they would want to make comments, contributions, ask questions, even on the program today. But if you have just joined us, I have in the studio this morning someone who is advocating that a remembrance. He's advocating also that everyone who is a stakeholder in Oyigbo remembers the gentleman agreement that says it is rotational. So if it is not your turn, please do all that you can to support the person whose turn it is for the sake of equity, for the sake of justice, fairness, and peace. And that person today was a former vice chairman of Oyigbo Local Government Area and one of the candidates from SDP, running for the River State House of Assembly for Oyigbo constituency, and that is none other than Honorable Innocent Ejaelu. Okay, so the question I want to throw your way is, if you had won again, I mean, is it that because you did not win and these forces were against you? This was the campaigns that they used against you.
Like I said, let me tell you something.
No.
That I contested does not make it right.
Right.
Do you understand? Even if I had won.
But why did you anyways?
Go ahead.
Why did you campaign if you knew that it was
no?
not
I said
your
that
turn?
I did it. Does not make it right. There is a standard. Do you understand? And the good thing of every human being is for you to realize your mistakes. And like I said, it has been there in existence. Do you understand? Even it trickles down to the state, the national, and all that. Today we have a governor that is from River Southeast. Since the creation of River
State,
the River Southeast has not produced a governor. Do you understand? And the agitations has been that it is the turn of River Southeast. So that anybody contested or ran against the tide does not make it right. What I'm saying is a gentleman agreement, and for equity, we should somehow respect it.
All right, let's take some comments at this time and calls. The phone lines are open: 081-174-31021, 081-174-31021, and 070-507-91021, 0905-948-1021 is the WhatsApp line. Good morning, Point Blank.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome to Point Blank. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chief Comrade IMP.
Good to have you in the program, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. The man in the studio should try to obey zoning if there is real zoning at LGA. I think if there will be obedience of the zoning, it will be better. Not when it is not your area, you are also contesting. At the end of the day, if you lost out, the next time you will still come out. So this time it's my area. It doesn't go down well, and that is the problem River State is also having. If you look at 2015, Rotimi Shibike rotating out, and the same Ikwere man. That is what is bringing all this unnecessary buhaha. And when they go there, now they are yearning. Well, after this tenor, now the man that is sitting on the local government chairman as a local government chairman, what has he brought to the youth? What has he brought to the youth? Tomorrow, when it is time for election again, they will still gather these youth. At the end of the day, they will push them away. None of the youth will achieve anything. The same circle of people that are going. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. All right. If we've got one more call, we're going to take it at this time. But before we go to the phone lines again to take some more comments. Okay, let's do that. Good morning, Point Blank. Hello. Good morning. Okay, let's come back to you. Now, what about those people who feel like you do not have the moral justification to be advocating for this, to be calling people to remember the gentleman's agreement? What is your thoughts? What is your response to such people? Because you, as you said, the fact that you did it does not make it right, but you did it anyways, knowing that perhaps it was not right. What is your response? Someone says, I mean, is it because you failed? That's why you are now saying, let us remember it, because if it had turned, I mean, you would find a way to justify it.
There's no justification for wrong thing. There is no way you will turn it. You could be right in what you are doing, but you know in your subconscious mind you're not right. But let me tell you, I'm saying we're playing politics.
Yeah.
That I've come up on this earth to say, even if I ran against the tide, does not make it right. But let's focus on what I'm saying, that these facts are established facts in Oyigbo local government. If no matter how powerful you are, once you go against the tide, the man on the street will tell you, bros, it's not your turn. No. That alone, morally, you should understand it. But what I'm saying today is, elections are coming. And the good thing is that, okay, I'm the one that said it. If I haven't said it, if I keep it, I don't know what you will talk about it. And I said that I did it does not make it right. But right now, we are living to make things right. Every other man lives to make rewrite his wrongs. That the next election coming is local government election. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes, I hear
and that by the little arrangement, gentleman agreement existing in Oyigbo, that is the turn of Umuiheze one. I mean, says it all what I want to say.
All right. Let's look at this now in the light, because during the presidential elections, for instance, and I'm just using that as an example or illustration. Now, during the presidential elections, when we talked about zonings and all of that, there's always that thing, that feeling that zoning limits us in a way that, for instance, it makes it so that people who are capable, who have what it takes to move us to the next level, we don't give them the chance simply because it is not their turn. Right? Now, in the light of that narrative of saying zoning can limit our chances of actually picking people who have what it takes to move us to the next level, don't you think that at this point it shouldn't really matter where the next chairman comes from?
No, it does matter, because it's politics we're playing. Nobody has gone to university. Nobody is a graduate of, I will be the governor of Rivers State. Nobody has the degree that I will be the president of Nigeria. Nobody went to school to say, I will read, I will be the local government chairman of Oyigbo, and they give you a degree. No, that's not true. Politics is all about inclusiveness, and people go in for politics for so many reasons. And you should understand that the world, as we speak, can go ahead without the best. So whatever you think you have in your own clan or your own zone, it is deposited in another zone. All it takes, all it means is that allow that soul look inward. They will bring out somebody. Most times too, without this zoning too, you cannot find out the best and the weaknesses in other zones. If it is this person is competent, this zone is competent. Have you tried the other zone? So this zoning too allow us to discover more talents. Some persons that maybe because financially or they are not connected to the power, they don't have, but if it is zoned to their side, people will look at, there is no way among the lot you will not see somebody that is competent to pilot the affairs of the people at that time.
Okay, we're streaming live on Facebook, by the way, and if you'd like to join us, it is Super FMPH across social media. You can watch the show live and drop your comment there too. We have some comments on the Facebook live video. You can send a WhatsApp message on 0905 948 1021 090 5948 1021. The phone lines are 081 174 31021 and 070507 91021. Let's take some calls. Good morning, point blank.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is...
What's your name?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm calling directly from...
What's your name, please?
My name is Charles Aya.
All right.
I want to thank my capacity chairman, Peter Deere. Actually, what he said is true. Without the gentleman agreement that is being held in Oyigbo, I don't think any other person can withstand his ability. Yes, he has come to the studio to tell the truth about how everything usually goes. Now, him contesting in the last House of Assembly election does not really make him to say he really wanted going there. If it was in that capacity, he would have won. He just did that to keep his subordinate active. That should also be what other people should be doing in every other election, like the one that is forthcoming. If they really know that is not in their area, they shouldn't come out in full force so that what they kept on ground will always be. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your comment. If you have one more comment, one more call, we'll take it. Super FM Port Harcourt, point blank.
Hello, yeah, good morning. This is Douglas.
Welcome. Go ahead, please.
All right. By the way, I hope you attend the summit on time today. I'll come late again. Obi, speaking on the issue, the guest you have in the studio there, like you pointed out, that if he had won, whether he would be making this comment today. And he just giving different stable answers. But what I think is that he is truly not in position to come and be speaking about this very issue. Because the whole thing is against him. The wave is totally against him. Even the comment he's making. Just for instance, he said the world can go on even without the test. While he was even advocating for the zoning. So which means even if they ignore the zoning, where the best might be, and choose another zone, that the world can still go on. The whole thing I find out in what he's saying there in your studio is basically for his own selfish interest. And I want to say that my suspicion is that he wants to contest for that Oyigbo chairmanship position in the next election. That is why he's saying this. For his own selfish interest, not for the general public. If not, he is not in the best position to be talking about this thing. You can understand his position in the last election. He was totally against even this Southeast governor now thing that he's talking about, that he has come from the zone. He criticized the thing that they brought, which from the zone he is supporting now. He's supporting and promoting him because he is now advocating for his own zone to benefit. The man there is very selfish, and I think
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And win any election.
Thank you very much for your comments this morning. All right, we're going to go back to the phone lines quickly for one more comment. Good morning, point blank.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Patrick. I'm calling you from Oyigbo.
Go ahead, please.
The man, I greet you, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, he's responded. Go ahead.
You have been a vice chairman before. You have also held one other position, either in this group or something like that. So I advise you to go and look for another job and do. Look back, just nothing else.
All right. Your line is not clear, so we're going to have to let you go. Please call us back perhaps with your thoughts, or we're going to take some comments on Facebook. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. Okay, so let's revert to the other comments by the previous caller, saying that this perhaps you have an ambition to run for chairmanship.
No, let me tell him first.
Would like for you to straighten that out.
Yes, let me tell him first. It's unfortunate it's not from Oyigbo. Secondly, he is talking from a biased point of view. I am not contesting any election. And anybody that tells me after being a chairman of Oyigbo Local Government, after being a vice chairman of Oyigbo Local Government, after being a chief of staff of Oyigbo Local Government, and I contested election, and you're saying I'm not a stakeholder, I'm not in position to talk, you don't know what you're talking to.
He means that you do not have the moral.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's not what he said. He said I don't have I don't stand the chance to say what I'm saying now. No, that's what he said.
All right.
So I want to let him know that he does not know me. I'm making it open. I'm not contesting election. And he said I am eulogizing the governor. No, that is not correct. In the last election, everybody that knows me knows that I campaigned and worked for Senator Magnus Abe. And that is me. Reason being that he's from my senatorial district. So when people come on air, you don't come from, I don't know him. I don't know what is worrying about him. But as a person in Oyigbo, this is my opinion. If he has other opinion, he should come up, and not to say that I don't stand the chance. And let me say this. I'm not saying it for anything selfish interest. I am not contesting for the local government chairman of Oyigbo.
So we
get it known.
We've clarified that. All right, we're going to move to take some comments that we have on Facebook this morning. Ozo Francis Omaga says, okay, he's watching us from Enugu State. Thank you for joining us on the program. Ken Opusunju said, I'm from Oyigbo. Please let me ask him, he's talking about you now. When you were vice chairman, what did you do in Oyigbo? That's the comment that he wants to know. Then Chile Edwin says the government of River State seriously has no regard for the people of Oyigbo. Again, I don't know how these comments relate to the topic that we're talking about at this time?
Like facts, somebody asking me what I did. If that's Opusunji, that name is not an Oyigbo name. He is not from Oyigbo, so he cannot ask me such questions.
Okay.
He is not from Oyigbo. I put to him, he is not from Oyigbo. Opusunji, there's no village, there's no name called any name like that. Like I said, I came here for specifics. I didn't come for
personal campaigns.
I'm not campaigning. What I've come here to say is, like I said, is a known fact. Everybody know, no matter what happened. And there is something I want to say in this studio before I will leave. I am not here to antagonize anybody. Whoever comes, my own is, let it be that there's a gentleman agreement that should be respected. That the next chairman should come from Umuiheze one clan. I'm not asking for too much. I'm not saying it should be me. I'm not going, maybe by the position of my party now, I don't even think my party will participate in that coming election. So somebody saying I'm doing it for self-interest, the person does not know me. And I wish the person know me very well, who I am. Because at every given situation, I speak to the truth. I don't come to speak to please anybody. And anything that I have as an informed opinion, I speak it and I move on. It don't make me an enemy of anybody. I'm not fighting. Rather, I'm not either campaigning for anybody.
All right. So let's take some WhatsApp comments at this time. Anna, you're from Oyigbo, and it says the man in the studio is not a good man. All he's doing everything possible to put his personal person there. And maybe you have someone you possibly are not running, but you have
Anna, please, you know me very well. I don't have any personal person I'm calling. There's no name called. There's no particular person called Umuiheze one. I have said is a clan
All
team.
right. So someone here, there's a comment here from Mr. Kunle Adedukun from Umuokobo. Obviously not an Oyigbo person, but he's saying Oyigbo is not supposed to be governed by zoning. It should be on competence. Nothing is happening in Oyigbo. No road, no drainage, nothing. Now let's dwell on this for a bit. A few weeks ago, there was a flood in Oyigbo, resulting in the collapse of certain buildings, fences, and the rest. And there was a serious call out. We were looking for the chairman of Oyigbo Local Government Area. And for days after that incident happened, the Oyigbo people and residents, those who in business in Oyigbo, were calling for the chairman of Oyigbo Local Government Area, to do something about the situation in Oyigbo. We've also been hearing many preparations for the flood that has been predicted, and we've not heard anything just yet, right? It's possible that something is happening, but we have not heard anything as far as preparations for the flood is concerned, right? Now, don't you think that Oyigbo as a local government area should focus more on people who will deliver? Because again, there is a lot to be done in Oyigbo. So much to be done in Oyigbo. And don't you think that they have been limited by this gentleman agreement, even though it's working for equity, peace, and fairness? But is it working for development for Oyigbo people?
My sister, there's something, like I said, there is something I don't want to start. And there is something I don't want to say. I am from Oyigbo. I know the problems in Oyigbo. And I know that we have a government, previous government and the present government, which has what it takes to fix Oyigbo. I'm not speaking for anybody here. I'm speaking for myself. Because I cannot be a friend. I cannot work under any government. I cannot be a friend to governor. I cannot work under a government that when I go back to Oyigbo, I see the condition in Oyigbo and I still remain your friend or as your worker. I personally innocent. I will resign. So I will go. So I am not in government now. Because if I say anything the way it is in Oyigbo now, you will see comments, you will see callers that I'm not a good person. I'm fighting the government of the day. But the truth of the matter is that I join the people that say there is a total departure of infrastructural development in Oyigbo. I join them because I am part of I take part of the pains. This is a local government, not just only local government. I know the economic benefits from Oyigbo to the state and the national. But you need to go to Oyigbo local government to see things by yourself.
All right.
This is a local government, Tina, could not boast of one general hospital. If you talk about the Oyigbo roads, it looks as if...
So don't you think, again, I'm asking you, while the gentleman's agreement, works for peace...
It could come from...
But the focus for Oyigbo, shouldn't it be development someone who can deliver as opposed to where the person comes from?
The person that will come from this zone, if he wants to deliver, he will deliver.
So it's a function of political will and not necessarily...
Let's do the first thing first. Right. And I want to plead with the caller that said, anyway, I don't respond to...
Let's not respond.
I don't respond to people with bad minds and when they want to speak. The person does not know me. Do you understand? And I don't even want... When I said the word can go along with the best, it's an illustration. Maybe he find it
difficult out of context
to understand English language.
He took it out of context.
Yes.
It can happen to anybody. All right. Greetings. From all indication, your guest in the studio lacks the moral rights to talk about zoning because he worked against zoning. We've already addressed this one. Thank you for your comment, Mr. Christian Williams. Gentleman's agreement should be followed. Why? For fairness and justice. And this is from Chief Ambassador Magnus Edo. Thank you very much for that comment. Much appreciated. All right, good morning. I agree Oyigbo elites have been rotating political positions. I thought it was about Asa and Ndoki. I never knew Ndoki was divided into two, but I'm very disappointed by Honorable Ejaelu's position. Oyigbo is very underdeveloped because of the kinds of mindset. In fact, since Honorable Felix Uche Nweke, that's from 2011 to 2014, reconstructed the Oyigbo AK market, what other developmental project has any local government chairman, including the incumbent, brought to the local government? Even when that is you, were vice chairman from 2007 to 2010, what did your principal do in Oyigbo, apart from that one road in Satellite Village leading to that hotel? The local government area needs competent chairmen and councillors who have the local government area at heart. Michael Mbano Camp, thank you very much for your comments. Okay. Again, I don't know if you'd like to respond to that or we should move on and take other comments because we have quite a number of comments to take at this time. Quickly on Facebook, don't forget we're streaming live. Facebook is Super FMPH. Across social media, you should be following us by now. McDon Emmanuel says, I don't listen to politicians again. He's tired. Honorable Innocent Ejaelu, thank you for the great show and for speaking the mind of Oyigbo people. The truth is that it is the turn of Umuiheze 1 to produce the next chairman. Thank you. All right, so we move on to these comments by Victor. Honorable Magnus says, I greet my brother in the studio. Let him continue to build his political family with love. All right, we move to this comment now. Okwasi Collins. Okay, this is supposed to be a private message. All right, we'll go back to the phone lines. Let's see how many more minutes we have, if we can accommodate. Unfortunately, we cannot accommodate any more calls, but we'll give you a chance to give us your last words at this time.
Okay, first, let me say that for those of you that feel I want to contest election, I am not contesting local government election. Take it from me today, to keep the date for me. Secondly, I want to call on the leaders of Oyigbo local government. The reasons why you play politics is to bring dividends of democracy back to your people.
Right.
The reason why you know political leaders, you are their friends, is you leverage on their friendship to bring things back to your people. It's somehow a sorry situation that our leaders today knows everybody in government, and the local government it is where it is. I don't really know. Today, let me say, we have Oyigbo local government today. Part of it was because of the relationship and the friends our forefathers kept with the then Ada George. I can remember the likes of late Nweke, the late Sunday Saudi Chief Imawogo, Peter Umenta, the late Ofoji. These people were friends to Ada George, and Oyigbo was created under the government of Abraham Babangida. And I know that these our fathers were friends to other judge, and they took their case to other judge that they at least they need a local government. Another judge took this case to President Abraham Babangida. So today they are friends to governors, senators. They have people around. I want them to forget about their personal interests. And when they get to the seat of power, when they get to the people in the power, they should let them remember the people of Oyigbo. Secondly, I want the youths to please try and forget about godfatherism in everything called politics. Stand upright. What you think is wrong, be able to tell your leader, this one will not benefit the good people of Oyigbo. We will move on. On a final note, I didn't come here to campaign for anybody. I'm not holding brief for anybody. I was not sent by any group. I'm here by myself to say my opinion, which I feel is right. That is the right and the turn of Oyigbo Umuiheze one in Oyigbo local government to produce the next chairman. It can come from anywhere. We have competent, qualified people that can mount the affairs of Oyigbo from Afam, Ayama, Obunku, Umoshi, Obapo, Mboji, Afamuku, Afamonta. This we have competent and qualified Oyigbo sons and daughters that can at this time bring back the dividend of democracy. And for equity, I say it for free.
Right.
For equity, the two other clans should support Umuiheze one. That's my position. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much for your time this morning, Honorable Innocent Ejaelu.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you so much for being a part of Point Blank today. Next week, Saturday, Point Blank will return at 8:15. And I'm pretty sure by then your host and favorite man on radio, Mr. Segun Olabi, will return. I am Obi Ivy. Thank you for being a part of the program. Stay with us. It's a super weekend vibe the entire period. And